Good morning, my dear students. My name is Anjaneya Sharma, working as physics lecturer in one of the reputed institution. Today, our concept is about prism. Prism plays very important role in all competitive exams like NEET, mains, MSET. In all other competitive exams also, you will be given definitely one question. Okay. Now today we are going to know the important points related to prism. Okay. Say this is prism. So all of you know about prism. Prism is having two refracting surfaces. Okay. And angle between the refracting surfaces is called angle of prism. Angle between two refracting surfaces we call angle of prism, right? So just imagine that you have cutted a triangular slice from this prism. Okay, say that is called the principal section of prism. Okay, see this is the principal section of the prism. Okay, so this is one refracting surface, and this is another refracting surface. Angle between the refracting surfaces is equivalent to angle of prism, right? So the line drawn perpendicular to the surface is called normal. See, this is one normal. Okay, so you have taken another normal with reference to this surface, say AC. Okay, now you send one light ray, say PQ. Okay, you send one light ray PQ, which makes an angle I1 with reference to normal. Okay, so it is called interface. Light ray moving from rarer to denser. So at this point, it will be refracted, right? So it is traveling through the path QR and emerges out through the path RS, making an angle I2. So I1 is angle of incidence, okay, and I2 is angle of emergency, okay. Now if you notice, this AQTR is a cyclic quadrilateral. It is a cyclic quadrilateral. So in any cyclic quadrilateral, sum of the opposite angles is always equivalent to 180 degrees. So that is why this A plus QTR equal to 180 degrees. Okay. Now if you notice, this QTR is forming a triangle. Sum of the angles in any triangle is 180 degrees. That is this R1, R2 plus QTR. This is one normal, no? This is another normal. They are intersecting at a point T. So that is why R1 plus R2 plus QTR equal to 180 degrees. Now you compare, A equal to R1 plus R2, say equation 1. So very important, in order to solve problems related to competitive examination, you need to remember this formula. That is, angle of prism is always equal to R1 plus R2. Okay. Now we are going to know about deviation. What is deviation? This is the incident ray, right? PQ is incident ray. If there is no prism, it would have gone straight. But because of this prism only, it is deviated. No? So, how to find the angle of deviation? Very simple. Extend this incident ray forward, okay, and emergent ray backward. Emergent ray backward, incident ray forward. So this particular angle is called deviation. See, you are extending this incident ray forward and emergent ray backward. So this particular angle you call deviation. So if you notice, this deviated angle is equal to sum of two opposite interior, because it is exterior now. So you know, angle of deviation is equal to, okay, this one equal to sum of two opposite interior. If this total is I1, this part is R1, that means you know this must be I1 minus R1 now. So that is why I1 minus R1 plus about this one, you know, I2 minus R2, which is equivalent to, you know, I1 plus I2 minus of R1 plus R2. Okay, so this is the second one. You need to remember to solve any problem. So today we are going to solve the problems based upon these two formulas. Okay, so you know, one is angle of prism equal to R1 plus R2, and angle of deviation I1 minus R1 plus I2 minus R2. Okay, now suppose you have given a problem. The problem is there is one equilateral prism. Okay, so what is your problem? You have given an equilateral prism. Okay, so one problem is you have given an equilateral prism, and this angle of incidence and angle of emergence each are equal to, let us suppose, 3/4 of angle of prism. So what is your question? There is one equilateral prism, angle of incidence and angle of emergence each are equal to 3/4 of angle of prism. Then what is deviation? So what is the value of angle of deviation? That is your question. So just now you come across one formula, that is a deviation is equal to, you know, I1 plus, right, I2 minus angle of prism, or you can write R1 plus R2. So here, you know, I1, I2 both are equal to 3/4 now, minus A. So you know 3/4 plus 3/4, 6A by 4 now, minus A, right, cancelled. So it is nothing but, you know, half of angle of prism, right. So you know, angle of prism taken 60 degrees. Why? According to problem, it is an equilateral prism. So in case of an equilateral triangle, angle, that is, you all know, 60 degrees. Okay, so what is your given problem? There is one equilateral prism and angle of incidence and emergence which are equal to 3/4 of angle of prism. Find deviation. Okay, so how you are solving? Very simple. Deviation is equal to I1 plus I2 minus A. Over here both are equal, no? So that is why I equated 3/4 A, 3/4 A minus A. Okay, so when you are simplifying, you get deviation is equal to 30 degrees, right? Next, now let's solve another problem. Now about second model. Okay, you have given a problem. The problem is the light ray incident normally on the first surface of prism of refractive index given 2, okay, and grazing through second surface. What is your question? A light ray incident normally on the first surface of the prism and grazes through second surface of refractive index 2. What is deviation? So you know deviation is always equal to I1 plus I2 minus R1 plus R2, right? So first about I1. What is your question? Light ray incident normally. So that is 0 now, because angle you measure with reference to normal only. You know, when I1 is 0, corresponding R1 value will also become 0. Now about I2. So it is very clear, I2 is 90 degrees. With reference to normal, it is grazing on the surface now. So I2 not 90 degrees. Then about R2. R2 will become critical angle. Why? Because you see, when a light ray moving from denser to rarer, if angle of refraction becomes 90, corresponding is said to be critical angle, right? It is moving from denser to rarer. Okay, so you know formula for refractive index according to Snell's law, you know sin I by sin R. No? So here it is reversed. So it is nothing but you know sin 90 by critical angle. In this problem, refractive index is known to us 2. You know sin 90 value 1 na, so sin C becomes 1 by 2, means C 30 degrees. Okay? Because you know here light ray moving from denser to rarer and corresponding angle of refraction 90. So definitely this will be critical angle, right? Now substitute all this. I1 0, I2 90 minus R1 0 minus R2. R2 is nothing but critical now, 30 degrees. Okay, so 90 minus 30, 60. So this is the angle of deviation. Okay, so in this way you can easily solve any problem. Okay, so here you are using same formula I1 plus I2 minus of R1 plus R2 only, but you have given that light ray incident normally on the first surface and grazing through second surface. So that is why I1 is 0. Grazing now with reference to normal 90. So that is why corresponding angle of refraction is critical. Okay. Now we are going to solve next problem based on minimum deviation. So in order to know about minimum deviation, let us do one small experiment also. Okay. Okay. Now, so this is the prism I have taken. So put it on the cardboard. Okay. Then you trace the prism. Okay. So after tracing, select any one point like this. After the prism is traced now, you can select any one point on the surface of prism. So put protractor at that point. Okay, because you are going to draw normal. Okay. So you know this is the normal. So you select some angle. 10, 20, 30. Suppose you have taken angle of incidence 30. Okay, put 2 pins on this incident ray like this. Okay, I have taken one prism, placed on the cardboard, and we put 2 pins on the incident ray. So you can observe from the other end. Okay, so you can find those 2 pins. So put more 2 pins straight to them. Okay. So now these all 4 are on the same line. Okay. Now so you are extending the incident ray forward. Okay, so this is called deviation. So usually when you take angle of incidence 30, you get deviation around 50 degrees. Okay, so in this way, if you take incident values, okay, along x-axis and deviated values along y-axis, okay, you can plot a graph, and I versus G will give you a parabola. Okay, so for every value of I you get deviation. Okay, x-axis, y-axis. Okay, so this is the shape of the graph. So in case of this minimum deviation, okay, remember in case of minimum deviation, this angle of incidence is equal to angle of emergence, and you know R1 is equal to R2, say some constant R. Okay, now based on this concept also we will solve one problem. Let us suppose you have given a question. Prism placed in the minimum deviated position. Okay, prism is in the minimum deviated position, and its refractive index you have given, say, √2. Okay, so refractive index of the prism you have given, and they are saying it is in minimum deviated position. Find that deviation. Say the prism is equilateral. So what is your question? There is one equilateral prism placed in minimum deviated position of refractive index √2. So you know you are using same formula. Deviation is equal to, right, I1 plus I2 minus of angle of prism. Over here you have given it is an equilateral prism. So you already know equilateral prism A taken as 60, right? And we are saying that it is in minimum deviated position. So that is why I plus I, right, minus 60 equal to deviation. No, that is minimum deviation. Okay, so 2I minus 60. Okay, so you know according to Snell's law, we know mu equal to sin I by sin R. Right? So it is an equilateral prism. So you know A equal to 2R na, because it is adjusted in minimum deviated position. This is 60. So you know R will become 30 na, and mu also known to you, right? Mu given √2 equal to, right, sin I by sin R, sin 30. What is the value of sin 30? You know it is 1 by 2, right? So sin I will become root 2 into 1 by 2, right? So root 2 now, nothing but you can say I is 45 degrees. Now put I 45. Okay, so 2 into 45, 90 minus 60. So minimum deviated value is 30. Okay, so only you need to remember that in case of minimum deviation, I1, I2 are equal to some constant, say I, R1, R2 are equal to R. Okay, so you know formula for deviation is I1 plus I2 minus A. Okay, so in this problem, refractive index is given and they said it is an equilateral prism in minimum deviated position. So what is your problem? There is one equilateral prism adjusted in minimum deviated position and you want to know this deviation. Okay, so for any problem, refractive index you can use sin by sin R. Okay, thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, please like and share to many students and subscribe, okay, so I can make more and more videos.